The ducks at the park are not for free. You will go to jail. Will confirm. In high school, 1998, with the emphasis on the high part, me and some friends went to the park to practice our herbal origami and try and find out how many gold caps it takes to make dumb shit funny. Answer: me and one friend ate almost 14 grams, but everyone else had about 8. Alright guys, stick around until the end of this episode to hear the rest of this bizarre story and find out what this episode is actually about. Welcome back to AskReddit Mondays on Redditainment. Today's post comes to us from this user and it says, "What survival myth is completely wrong and can get you killed?" You probably did not guess this is where this one is heading when I read the first survival myth, which isn't really a survival myth. The guy says the ducks at the park are not free and you will go to jail. Maybe it's insinuating that you would steal the ducks for food, possibly, but hey, now you know. And let's finish up that bizarre story of Mr. 8 almost 14 grams. This guy says, "Will confirm, in high school, 1998, with the emphasis on the high part, me and some friends went to the park to practice our herbal origami and try and find out how many gold caps it takes to make dumb shit funny. Answer: me and one friend ate almost 14 grams, but everyone else had about 8. At some point, I had a duck that I was giving popcorn to start let me pet it, and then it started to follow me, and every time I saw it, it would come up and I'd pet it. We were all tripping balls on it, but it followed me for like 4 hours. It became our mascot and we called it Jack Quackers because, well, we decided it was coming with us. Why I thought getting this duck into a friend's CRV with 6 people already was a brilliant idea, I blame the mushies. As soon as I picked it up and got into the car, this thing went apeshit. Someone called the cops and we left. I put it in the bathroom with some water in the tub, at some point got sidetracked and passed out. Well, next morning I went back home to find Pop sitting there pissed over his coffee. I was like, "What's up?" All he said was, "You better get that f***ing thing before your mom wakes up." I went into the bathroom and this thing had everywhere. I mean everywhere. The floors, the walls, on top of the counter, the ceiling, every fucking where. Everywhere. So I'm like, what the fuck, when there's a knock at the door and I hear Pops talking to someone saying, "What is this about?" So I grabbed the towel and covered Jack and dipped. I made it as far as exiting the alley when a cop saw me and stopped me. Lucky for me, the damn duck flew off when he unrolled the towel, but yeah, all that. I'm not even sure what to say to this story, but don't eat 14 grams of mushrooms and play in the park and attempt to steal a duck. And I feel like we're way off topic here. What survival myth is completely wrong and can get you killed? Let's try to find some actual posts answering this very question. First comment on this post says, "I'm seeing a lot of regurgitated info, so let me share one with you folks that I've seen mentioned nowhere. Tampons and gunshot wounds, or any serious puncture wound. It is a common bit of tactitard fuddalore that is often heard spouted by preppers, gun guys, and mall ninja commandos all across this nation and beyond. You should carry a tampon in your personal IFAK individual first aid kit or blowout kit in case you get shot. The theory is that the tampon is the perfect size and shape for a gunshot wound, so it'll be a very fast and convenient way to plug the hole. Only it doesn't work. And it never could. When simple pressure isn't working and a tourniquet isn't able to be applied, groin, neck, armpit, etc., we will pack the wound in an attempt to stop the bleeding. What we are doing is pushing all the gauze up against the damaged artery or vein as to provide direct pressure to the location in an attempt to allow clotting to close things off. That pressure can be substantial and is resisting the outward flow caused by your heart. It can in fact be high enough to stop the bleed altogether. Gauze is made to promote the clotting of blood. It doesn't exist to absorb blood. It does absorb it, but it gives it something to build on. Well, that's the exact opposite of a tampon. A tampon is meant to absorb blood and remove it from the vagina in a sanitary manner. We want the opposite of that. The average gauze roll is 4 yards long by 3 to 4 inches wide or better. The average tampon is something like 4 inches square of material. A tampon is made to absorb something like 15 milliliters of blood. A major artery/vein that is perforated will leak several hundred milliliters a minute. Ask yourself if that tampon sounds adequate in light of that. Well, there you have it, all the details and more. Long story short, don't use tampons to stop bleeding, or bleeding that is caused by a wound. Another comment says, drinking water from a cactus. If absolutely needed for survival, you could get some water out of a fishhook barrel cactus, but only in limited amounts. Most cactuses have various acids and other fun things in the water that will make you shit yourself to death. Dehydration in the desert isn't a laughing matter, and you don't want to lose the precious bit of water left in your body to the desert ground. Wow, definitely a myth that I've heard before, that a cactus will contain water. But never have I actually thought that that would be toxic to the human body. Alright, here's another one. This one sounds like it's for the Florida folks. Running in a zigzag to outrun an alligator. Alligators don't run for long distances, so this will probably just waste your energy. They can also climb some fences and trees as well. Just going through some of the comments, apparently what you're supposed to do is just run as fast as you can in a straight line. Just book it out of there. Even though people pointing out that gators may be able to catch you because they are fast or faster than you, they are not extremely interested in chasing people. They will usually just give up because they don't care enough. Unless, of course, you've really pissed them off or threatened them in some sort of way. But hey, I'm not the expert here. Best case scenario, just stay away from alligators. Another comment says, if you're in a tornado, open all your windows to equalize the pressure inside to match the outside. If you're in a tornado, opening any window or door will create a wind tunnel that rips your entire roof off. Now you know what not to do if you ever find yourself near an active tornado. Another comment says, lightning never strikes twice in the same place. If lightning has found a path that it likes to the ground, it's extremely likely to strike there multiple times. That's why lightning rods work. I'm pretty sure I've heard that myth before as well. Here's another one. Conserving water. You should not stretch a glass of water over 4 days. When you are thirsty, you need water. I've heard something like this before, and even reading through the comments, it seems like people are suggesting that you are not supposed to ration water, especially when you're stuck or lost somewhere. If you have water, drink it when you're thirsty. Don't ration it. Someone says, I've heard people die of dehydration while still having water because they tried to conserve it. Another follows up saying, in the military, we were taught the best place to carry water is inside you. Alright, as always, if you want to check out some more survival myths that can get you killed, I'll leave the link in the description down below. The last one for today by this user says, punching the biggest guy in prison. I can imagine that didn't work out for this guy. But on that note, we'll end this episode for today. After a short break, we will try to be back every Monday for a new episode. If you enjoyed this content, leave a like. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.